Hey, welcome to Slope Decks. Slope Decks timer started. Let's make this really quick. I don't know if you guys do a bunch of decks. It seems like I do a lot of decks, and a lot of if they're shallow, they're not too deep, six feet deep or so. It's easy to get a slope on there. But I've run across a bunch of huge decks like this. This is a pretty big deck in my mind. And the question is, how do you drain it? Well, there's a couple ways of doing it, and I'm not sure what the best way, right way, whatever. I think it depends on the situation. On decks like this, a lot of times I put a bunch of area drains in here, like 4 area drains, 8 feet from the edge. So it's a 2 inch slope and maximum 2 inch fall. If it's any more than 2 inches, then I think you have to have an overflow drain. Anyway, this is one particular one where I didn't want to put multiple drains in this deck. And so I just have it sloping from one end to the other, and it's about a 20-foot deck, so it's about an 8 inch fall, quarter inch per foot, 8 inch fall. So the question is, how do you get this slope, and how do you slope the handrail? That's the question. Well, I'll tell you what this is. This is simply a symbol. I made a symbol. Here's a symbol right here. So this deck right here is made out of this symbol, and this molding polyline molding. So this molding polyline right here, molding, delete there. It's the bottom of the molding is the band is in line with the top plates, and then because the deck slopes, I have to have that rim board has to slope. And how does the rim board slope? Well, it's because this slopes the deck itself. Look at this; it's a symbol, and so this is actually a fence on a terrain. But actually, the problem with making this symbol is the railing, this railing, quote, fence, it would sit on the terrain. So it's actually two symbols put together and they're creating one symbol. And when I do this, what I do is I make a template plan. In fact, here's the plan right here. This is the symbol. I've already created the symbol. HH. Let's take a look at this real quick. There, that's the symbol. I can't take that apart. It is a symbol. It's done. Oh, am I right? Maybe I'm not right. What I do? HH. Delete. Oh, I know. Perfect. This is even better. This is a symbol, and this is a symbol. I mean, the guardrail is a symbol, and the deck is a symbol. And where did that come from? That came from my template plan right here. Because once I can't have a symbol like this, I really can't manipulate it, right? So this is a symbol on a symbol that I'm turning into a symbol and put in my plan. So this is a symbol, the deck symbol, and the rail symbol. In one plan, I took a picture of it and turned that into a symbol and put that into my plan. That's what you see in the plan. But where did this come from? This came from the template plan itself. So if someone says, "Oh, I'm going to change the size of your," I'm going to close that up. So if someone says, "I'm going to change the size of the deck," they want me to change the size of the deck, and they might want to make it wider. Watch this. Let's see. What am I doing? W, close that. So HH. I don't need this anymore. That's the house. You got that. So now I'm going to be manipulating the template plan. This is where everything came from. F6 right here. So my client says, I want to make that deck 4 feet wider. So up tab minus 48. Done. Look what I just did. And this is a terrain right now, by the way. That's a terrain. And since it's a terrain, the fence will follow it. So now I just move this over 4 feet. Tab minus 48, minus 48, done. And there we go. So to create this slope deck, what I did is I created a terrain, and I put a color on top of the terrain that represents my Dexotex. And then for the side of the terrain, I made that a color that represented the my band, my wood band. Remember the wood band on the side of the deck? That's the wood band. And then the fence, that's the railing. But now, remember, you know that I want this railing to sit. I want the post to hang down lower, right? Remember that? I want the post to hang down lower. Where's my F6? I want the post Look at this. I want the post to hang, to attach to the side of the deck. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm trying to say in my, there. I want the, not perfect, this is pretty close though. I want the post to hang to the side of the deck. So what I did is I made my handrail, watch this, I made the handrail 54 inches high. It has to be 42, but I made it 54 because the posts are hanging down 12 inches. The posts are hanging 12 inches down on the band. And then what I did is I raised the rail up. I think I did. Rules. Where's the rail? Rail style. Oh, yeah. I raised it up 16 inches. I don't want I want it 4 inches off the deck, and I want the bottom rail. You understand what I'm saying? I want this bottom rail to be 4 inches above the deck, and I want the posts themselves to hang 12 inches below the top of the deck. So I had to raise the rail 16 inches. You got what I'm saying? Think about it. 42-inch high deck plus 12-inch. The post is attached to the decking of the side of the deck. It's got to be 54 inches tall. And so I know it looks funny, but that's where the idea of, that's where you come in and you what you do is you turn off this layer, the terrain perimeter, to turn that into a symbol. Then you turn that back on, wherever it was, terrain perimeter. Then you turn that back on, and then you turn your fences off and create a symbol of the terrain. So I'm creating one symbol of my terrain, one symbol of my fences, and then that's what gets me. That's what gets me this. Oh, what do I do? Raise up 12 inches. Oh, the whole thing raised. It hadn't been turned into a symbol yet. I closed that plan up. I closed that plan up. I'm sorry. I know I'm confusing you. I'm confusing myself. This is not a symbol yet. This is not a symbol. This is just a fence on top of a terrain. But we understand that I really want this fence to be lower, but I can't lower the fence. So I'm going to create two different symbols out of this. I'm going to turn the terrain off, make a symbol of the fence, then turn the fence off, make a symbol of the terrain, and then open those two symbols, put them together, and turn into one. In fact, did I even turn it into a symbol? Yeah, I guess I did. I turned it into a symbol. Control L. It's probably in here somewhere. I should be able to. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. I probably can't even find it now that I put it in. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Rick Steckett. And I probably made it there. There it is. And these are the symbols. This is that's the symbol of the railing. That's the symbol of the terrain. And then once I put both of these in a plan, put them together, drop the railing down or whatever, I took a final symbol. And that final symbol is the one that went into the plan. It made sense to me. I know it sure is a lot of work, but I don't know how else to make this railing that sloped railing, because the slope railing has to follow the slope of the deck. And I think everybody's talked about this before. How much time do I have? Let's see. Hang on. Oh, 32 seconds, 9 minutes. You guys have that. Anyway, another thing you can do is, I suppose, is you can turn this into you can turn this into your slope garage slab. You know what I'm saying? I don't bother with that. But I probably should think about doing it. Yeah, sure. Heck, I could just turn off this deal right here, the fences, and then now turn this into a symbol. Well, after I resize it for whatever garage I have, a slope garage slab, whatever slope I have, just change the size of it to whatever my garage is. Take a shot of it and then stick it in the plan if you want to do it that way. It's probably an easier way to do it. But one of the keys here is to make a template plan. I call it a template plan because someone's going to come by and they're going to change the size of my deck, and so I've already got everything kind of put together. You got what I'm saying, right? You got it. You got it. That's the end. That is the end.